Today's presentation will be on allrecipes.com and covering what it is and how to join. The items that we will be covering in the presentation include an introduction, secondly, the key features of All Recipes, including how to search the site, as well as the recipes, then how to sign up and its privacy policy, next, an account tour, then how to post a recipe, and I will also end off with a live demonstration. Part 1, an introduction. What is All Recipes? All Recipes is a cooking site used by thousands of people worldwide. People post recipes and leave reviews so others can try them themselves as well. You can find anything from personal favorites, cultural delicacies, or just try something new. It's simple, easy to use, and completely free for anyone. You can access it on any device and on any search engine, including Firefox, Safari, and Chrome. How to find it? Accessing All Recipes is super easy. Simply type in allrecipes.com into your browser and click Enter. Your screen will look something like this. Here you can see what it looks like when you type it in, and this is the website that will come up when you click Enter. This is the main All Recipes website. Part 2 is key features. The first portion of Part 2 is how to search the site. There are many ways to search for recipes on All Recipes. The first is the search bar at the top of the page. Here you can type in any recipe or food type you want. In these screenshots, you can see the search bar is outlined in a red circle here in the center, and this is what the search bar itself looks like. All you need to do is type into the search bar and click the magnifying glass or Enter. The second way to search is to click on the little bubbles beneath the search bar. These are categorized into groups of recipes. This means that one bubble will lead you to a list of recipes that you can make. As you can see, as it is circled in red, there are different categories, including quarantine cooking, air fryer recipes, breakfast and brunch, cake, chicken, cookie, instant pot recipes, and many more. So these are just simply easier ways to search. If you know what you want, instead of having to search it into the search bar, you can go into one of these main categories that will bring up multiple different types of that recipe. The final way to search the site is the little toolbar in the top left corner of your screen. This will open up a page of a list with all of the categories. By clicking on those, you can narrow down your search. So all you need to do is click this button here that's outlined in red, and it looks like this Explore All Recipes with the 3 lines to the left of it. Here is just how to actually use this feature. So when you click on this Explore with the red circle around it, you then would be taken to this page where you can see different types of recipes, including all the different types of breakfast and brunch, and many more, including lunch, dinner, etc. And then the list of the recipes will come up, and then you can actually go into the recipes. Part B of Part 2 will go over the recipes themselves. The actual recipes have lots of cool features that allow you to save, print, review, and even add little reminders to go pick up certain ingredients. The next few slides will be pointing out the key features in the recipes. Once you have selected a recipe, this is the format that they will appear in. For example, I have chosen that I want to cook some corn muffins. This is the type of screen that will come up. There will be a little bit of a photo. You can access the reviews, look at ratings, and then even see some quick information about it, including the prep time, the cook time, additional time needed, the total time needed, as well as servings and the approximate amount that the recipe will make. Below that, there is also nutritional information, but I will go more into detail on specific recipes in the live demonstration. So as I mentioned, this is the name of the recipe. Then there is the rating, which are the stars, and it's based on what other people have thought about it. And then you can also see who has created the recipe. If you like their food, you can even follow them so you can see more of their recipes. As I mentioned also before, you can see the prep time and the overview of the recipe in this section here, as well as the image and also the side toolbar, including saving the recipe, pinning it, or even printing it. As well, you can share it. This is the ingredients list. As you can see, there are little boxes beside each ingredient. Say you don't have buttermilk. You can click the box and it will be added to a shopping list in your account. You can only use this feature with an All Recipes account. So there are even ingredient lists included in the recipes, and if you are a registered member of the website, you are able to access this feature where you can check off items that you have or add to your shopping list in the account. Below the ingredients list is the directions. These are mostly written by members of All Recipes. Sometimes the directions are clear, other times they are not. I would recommend reading the directions through before deciding to make it, to see how easy it would be for you to complete the recipe. There is a little button that says, I made it. You do not need to click it, it's just a way to save it to your account for later if you enjoy what you made. So if you remember that you made something and you want to remind yourself that you've made it so that it's easier to go back and remake it or record that you did make it, then you can just click I made it so that it shows that you have used the recipe in the past. The next part of the presentation will cover how to sign up as well as its privacy policy. Privacy policy. When signing up for an All Recipes account, it is important to know what your email and password are going to remain private and that you don't have to reveal your name. Signing up is optional, but it is recommended because it allows you to revisit your favorite recipes as well as save new ones for later and have an ingredients list. How to create an account. To sign up for an All Recipes account, simply click the Join Now button next to the search bar at the top of the page. This button is going to be found in the top bar, and it has a little user icon beside it, and all you need to do is click Join Now, or if you have an account from the past, you can click Login. After you have clicked the Join Now button, you will be redirected to this page. Here in the green box, you can see that you will be inputting your email. You can display a name as well, which is anything that you want and what others can see. And then you can also create your password that is easy to remember, but hard to guess. So make sure that you record it somewhere and that it is a secure password that is not the same as all your other passwords. Once you have filled out all the necessary information, you then have to fill out these two bubbles. The first one is mandatory. The second one is just if you want to receive newsletters to your email. Then you can click Create My Account and you're all set. So you can see that you must click these buttons. And if you want to be on their email list to receive promotional information or subscription, then you can just select this bubble and then click Create My Account to finish the process. Part 4 of the presentation is an account tour. Once you sign up, this is what your profile will look like. Any recipes you like will be saved by category. This includes soups, desserts, etc. under the favorites bar. Here you can see what it looks like once you are logged into your account and the different things that you have favorited and the different categories of your recipes. The About Me tab is optional to fill out. I wouldn't recommend it as it has no real use in the functioning of the website. It just allows people to get to know you a bit. Your location is kept completely private unless you choose to share it. So this section is not mandatory, but if you want to tell others about yourself on the website, then you can feel free to also fill it out. The Friends button is where you can find people you follow. There's also a button at the bottom that allows you to connect with your Facebook friends. By linking the two accounts, your friends can see your account and you can see theirs if they have one. So this is a good way to connect with others through allrecipes.com. Earlier, I mentioned the I Made It button. If you enjoyed the recipe you made and you click the I Made It button at the end, it will show up here. Please note, people can view this page. So if you want to show which recipes you've made and maybe help other people find some that they're interested in, then you can click the I Made It button and you will be able to see them here. But make sure that you are aware that others can see it as well. If you left a review on a recipe, it will show up here under My Reviews. This tab tracks your reviews so you can remember if you liked it or not. This can be viewed by anyone who views your profile. Personal recipes is where you can write and post your own recipes if you would like. Anyone can view this page and leave reviews on your recipes that you post. Here, you don't see any in this screenshot because we have not created any recipes, but you can click Add a Recipe to bring in your own personal, maybe your family recipes or something special for others to use as well. Part 6 of the presentation includes how to post a recipe. To post a recipe, go to the Personal Recipes tab and click on the little orange words, Add a Recipe. This will allow you to be redirected to a page to add a recipe. This page where you can type up your recipe. It is super easy to use and you can post any recipe you want. Some boxes are optional to fill out and will be marked with optional beside it. So you can even add a photo if that's something that you're interested in, a recipe title so that if somebody's searching for a certain thing, it will come up on their page, a description, and some ingredients as well as directions. And it's good to be as straightforward and clear with the directions as possible so that many people can use the recipe. You can also include some important information, including approximate prep time, the cook time, as well as number of servings. And if you want to, you can add in the amount of time that it is ready in and the recipe yield. But that is optional. As you can see, it is outlined in optional. Once you fill out your recipe, you can either make it public or private by clicking on the bubble beside it. Only you can view private recipes, unlike public ones, which anyone can view. Once you're done, click Save to post it. You can choose here, this is what the screenshot looks like. You can click Private Recipe, Public Recipe, or Public and submit this as a Kitchen approved recipe. And you must agree to the terms and conditions, but you can upload it in any of these ways by clicking this orange Save button. Part 6 is a demonstration. So the last part was actually part 5. Sorry about that. Okay, so just to go into the live demonstration, it will be on a tour of the website. So when you first type in allrecipes.com into your web browser, this is what it will look like. You may recognize some of the parts of this website from the screenshots in the presentation, but this is more just to show you how to use it and put it into action. So once you've gone to the website by typing in allrecipes.com into your web browser, this is the website that will come up. The first thing that you can do is look at the things that are most popular if you're just looking at what other people are making. So here you can see how to cook a turkey, how to make gravy, and sweets and things like that for the season events. So most of the time, the most popular section does have to do with the holiday or the season, but there can be lots of different types of foods and recipes in this section as well. The next section that you can look at is the main feed. So here you can see different things that they're showing, maybe some new recipes or things that people have liked, just to give you any ideas if you're really unsure about what you're looking for. If you do have an idea of what you're looking for, the first way that you can search is by going to any one of these main filters at the top. There are many of them, and you can just click on any of them. So if I'm looking for Thanksgiving recipes, I would just click on that, and I would be redirected to a whole other section of the website that is solely dedicated to Thanksgiving recipes. You can also go back to the main page by clicking this All Recipes button at any time. Next, you can even search a recipe here in this search box or in this search box, whichever one you want. As well, you can search by ingredient. So if I am thinking, include these ingredients, if I want it to have eggs and I'm looking for cookies, you can search it and cookie recipes with eggs in them will come up. So this is a good thing to use. As well, I want to show exactly what I mean by how this is helpful, because you can also exclude ingredients, which can be very helpful for tolerances or allergies. So make sure that you can also exclude ingredients. So if I'm allergic to peanuts, it would make sure that there's no peanuts in the recipe as well. So this can be really helpful if you're looking for a recipe and you don't want any to come up that you think would be really good, but then you realize that you can't make it due to a food allergy. So if I go back to the main page, there's also the option to go to the Explore part of the website. And here you can see many different types of recipes in different categories. So there are lots of ways to search on this website, and an overview of them again is through this search bar at the top, this search bar called Find a Recipe, as well as searching by ingredient, through these filters, these circles, which have different types of foods, as well as the Explore button here at the top. Next, I will be explaining how to actually create an account on All Recipes. As I mentioned in the presentation, you simply need to click the Join Now button. Once you click it, then Create a Profile will come up, as well as newsletters, help, more, including your shopping list, cooking school, and Ask the Community. But we are simply focusing on Create a Profile. By signing up, I will be able to access a grocery list as well as save some for later. So it can be helpful to create a profile, but it is not completely necessary if you do not want to. So this is what I would type in. I would type in my name here, my email address, as well as my password, which I would make sure is secure. And then I would make sure that I have agreed that I'm 13 years of age or older, simply because that is the age requirement. And then also, if you do not want to receive subscriptions, make sure that this button is not selected. Then you will click Create an Account. And that's the end of the live demonstration.